match reaction, Sevilla 3, Manchester United 0, and an absolute meltdown from Manchester United tonight.
Listen, I'm stuck for words, but I think once I get into this, you might have to hold me back, son, because from the first minute to the last, United was second to the ball. The passing was poor. Individual players were poor. Absolute nightmare. I'm telling you now, I'm angry. It's difficult to put into words what I really feel about that game. All I seen was a shambles of a show there tonight. From the first minute, it just looked as though they weren't up for the game. Quarter final, hoping to get into the semi-final, with the semi-final on Sunday. What a week this could have been. It was a horror show. Absolute garbage. A career-ending performance by some of them players there, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm absolutely disgusted with the performance of that team tonight.
You say shambles, disgusted with performance. Let's start on the 8th minute with David De Gea passing it out to Harry Maguire.
Unbelievable. You know they're going to press. They were already pressing. You should have been aware of that. Ten Hag should have got the team, clear the ball, clear it. Get the pressure off you by clearing it. They were pressing. And what does De Gea do? Unbelievably give it Maguire. The word was that Maguire was asking for it. Well, if he was asking for it, what was he asking for it for when there was 3 players closing him down? Absolute rubbish. It was garbage, and it just carried on. They looked as though they weren't up for the fight for United from that minute onwards. I didn't see anything pleasing on the eye. All I seen was players poor passing, poor movement, poor running, poor chasing back. It was just utter rubbish.
Yeah, I'm going to go into that second half because it carried on much the same, to be honest. And they scored early on from the break, didn't they?
That was amazing. The ball just seemed to loop and just sort of like go over into the corner of the net in the first, I think it was a minute and a half into the second half. The game was over.
Yeah.
The game was over anyway. I mean, they had a disallowed goal, right? But the game was over. United were never going to get back into that game because players weren't up for the fight.
Which players come to mind there who weren't up for the fight tonight?
Listen, he took Sancho off at half-time. Sancho, I said before the game, he has to prove himself here tonight. He has to come out and set the record straight. The man is rubbish at running back, at tackling. The man looks disinterested. He never did anything. I never seen him fight for the ball. I never seen him chasing back. The man is not worth $1.
Do you see a difference on that left-hand side compared to Anthony on the right, who does track back?
Look, Anthony in that first half, okay, he had about 20 minutes, right, where the ball was coming to him, and he looked lively and he looked energetic. That's all you can say, right? He looked as though he was up for the fight, but he got no help. Waste of time giving him the ball in the end. And in the end, the ball just kept getting passed out, going out for a throw-in, just misplaced passes. That's what you've seen all night. And Casemiro was one of them as well. He had a poor game tonight. Misplaced passes, tackles again, just didn't do right. And Sabitzer there tonight was just running round and left gaps all over. Couldn't tackle, couldn't pass, just not in the game at all. And if anyone thinks that player is going to sign for Manchester United and is the quality of Man United, he's come to United as a loan player, right? And that's what he is. The same as Weghorst. That's what they are. Them players are just not good enough and proved it tonight. I fear for the rest of the season here now. I think it could go into a meltdown. We're in big trouble that semi-final. We're missing players. There's players injured. And that performance tonight puts everything in doubt for the rest of the season. Champions League, everything.
With you mentioning about career-ending displays, I presume you mean Sancho. Is he on that list? And maybe David De Gea with that horror show tonight?
Sancho's done nothing. He's been given every opportunity, more than any other player, when his displays in his performances don't match up to his fee and to what the recommendation was from Dortmund. Over as far as I'm concerned. And that was the nail in the coffin as far as I'm concerned. I wanted him to do well tonight and he did nothing. He did not help the team at all.
Big concerns going forward. Adding to the injury list as well is Anthony Martial. I think he's only made 3 starts since he's come back, and it looks like he's injured again.
That's him over. That's him finished. We've needed a striker. We all know that in January. He's there. He's come back after a long layoff, and then there he goes. He got injured again. How he got injured, I haven't got a clue. He just seems to pick up injuries, and that's what he's done tonight. How long he's off for, I don't know, but he's not going to help us now. That's it as far as I'm concerned. Come the summer, he's got to go.
Do you think there was anything tactically that could have been done from the sidelines tonight? Maybe bringing Fred on at half-time as well to help with energy in that middle? Or
no,
it was just the actual mentality of the team tonight?
Tactically, right, Ten Hag should have been on that pitch after 10 minutes and started screaming at that midfield. The gaps, the width, everything was open. They just run and run and run, and they controlled it. They won every second ball. They won every tackle in midfield. United was too far apart in that first half, and then they just run riot. And once that crowd was up from the beginning, right? And it was a great, great atmosphere from them. You've got to give them that, right? But it's their cup. They believe it's their cup, and that crowd showed it tonight. But the midfield tonight were absolutely woeful. And I mean every player there tonight, from the first minute to the last, and I'll say it again, right? Absolute shambles. I just did not see any communication, any effort, right? And the thing is, the will to win. Where was it? Quarter-final of a European competition. I'm just amazed at it. Absolutely amazed at that performance tonight, how poor it was. I don't remember seeing a performance like that. We got beat by Liverpool 7-0, but the performance in the first half against Liverpool was decent. That, from the first minute, and David De Gea, I backed David De Gea, but tonight, what a shocking game. What a shocking game. Where we go there with him, I don't know, but what a shocking game. There is a lot to learn for David De Gea, and he's been given all season by Ten Hag to learn. And tonight, that was the worst game I've ever seen him play. Just did not. He had no trust with anyone, and his form just completely went.
If you say that he don't have any trust with anyone else, do you think the back four and midfielders ain't got a lot of trust in him as well?
Well, I don't think looking at that, they didn't have any trust in each other. The way they played, I didn't think the fullbacks were going to do the way the fullbacks played. I was expecting more from them. We didn't see it, and we didn't see it in the second half. We didn't see them go for it. They just seemed to sit back. But the game, United played too slow right through the game. 1-0 down. They were just lobbing it about, passing it and trying to pass it, just taking the time.
Some looked disinterested though tonight. I thought some of the players.
They just looked as though they had no energy.
Yeah, no.
Just clueless.
Yeah.
It was as poor as I can remember. And I'm shocked by it. I'm shocked, and I'm sure Ten Hag will be shocked. But what we've got to do is try and rally for that semi-final on Sunday, and I don't know how. With the personnel out there, the personnel what are injured, they're together, and the recriminations in that dressing room tonight and tomorrow and every other day.
Just to add on to that as well, going into Sunday, we've only got one fit centre-half. Lindelof, Luke Shaw didn't look good towards the end of that game. Looked like he was limping. Now, he's going to be a doubt, I think, for Sunday, so it's not looking good.
No, that's part of the disaster as well tonight, having to put him on at half-time. That's how poor that first half was. Having to put 2 players on, right, who haven't even had minutes, right, in a friendly game or anything like that, where they could come on when they were winning 2-0.
To make an impact.
To make an impact, right? That was desperation. Pure, out-and-out desperation. I haven't got anything good to say about that game. If you think there was something good about that game, get it in the comments. Right, because I haven't got a clue about anything good in that game. I'm absolutely gone, and I'm sick of it. Right, and I don't want to go on anymore. To be perfectly honest with you, right, because it was as bad as I've ever seen, and I'm so angry.
Yeah, well, we're going to wrap it up there. Let us know what you think about the video. Also, we want to know your opinions on the game. Obviously, not a lot of positivity to come out of that. We're out of the Europa League. But smash a like on today's video. Subscribe if you like our content and press that notification bell, because we'll be back up with another video shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.